Monday and I am just beginning my read-a-thon for the August in Africa read-a-thon, and I have started with The Fisherman. So far I'm about 27 pages in, and yeah, so far I'm actually really enjoying it. The writing is very lyrical, it's very waxy. It manages to weave in like sentences that are quite simple with very descriptive sentences. There's a sentence in particular that I will read out actually. It was as if a hand drew hazy pictures in the sky during the rainy seasons. When rain fell in deluges, I think that says, I don't know, pulsating with spasms of thunderstorms for 6 uninterrupted months. Because things followed this known and structured pattern, no day was worthy of remembrance. All that mattered was the present and the foreseeable future. Glimpses of it mostly came like a locomotive train treading tracks of hope, with black coal in its heart and a loud elephantine toot. Sometimes these glimpses came through dreams or flights or fanciful thoughts that whispered in your head. So yeah, I find that that's quite, quite lyrical and descriptive. There's a real sense of trying to conjure imagery to the reader, which I think is interesting. I don't think I read a lot of books that do that. I kind of tend to stay away from books that do that, if I'm honest with you. I'm definitely a person that's more interested in plot rather than writing style. This kind of reminds me of something that we would definitely have studied in school, that we would study that sentence to sort of think about what it meant. But yeah, like I said, I haven't been reading this for very long, so I'm going to continue reading it for a bit just while dinner is on, and then yeah, I will catch up with you guys during the week and share my thoughts on this book. I'm gonna have to put this down at some point because I can't continue to carry this. You will probably have seen shots of the views from the train as I went to Inverness today. I'm really tired right now, super tired. I've probably done about 7 hours worth of sitting down in a train. Even though it's been sitting down and I have been able to finish this, I'm zonked. Like I had to get up early, I obviously had to do stuff because I was up there for work, and then yeah. So what I want to do is talk about this book because I managed to finish it today. What a truly spectacular book. I am actually very upset at the book. I want to give it 5 stars, but I think I'm going to give it 4 because honestly it has upset me like deep inside. I finished the book and I just wanted to cry. I was just so overwhelmed by the breakdown in this family. Overwhelmed like with grief for the mother, overwhelmed with grief for the brothers, how they all lost that family unit because of this prophecy. And I can't say too much about the book, without it being a spoiler, but what a fantastically written book. What a fantastically written book that I think manages to weave together like very lyrical writing, metaphors, all those sorts of things with actual just like plain, simple words that explain and create an amazing story. Honestly, easily one of my favourites this year. The narration by our main character, who I think now as he is recounting this back, the events that take place that he's talking about are when he's 9, but I think he is actually he's either 16 or he's 30. It's just basically for our narrator, the really significant points in his life are like 9, 16 and 30. 16 that is. And it's wonderfully narrated, or at least it's a wonderful account of a 9-year-old boy looking at his life. It still has that sort of childlike feel of someone who doesn't quite grasp some of the things that are happening because they are 9. They don't understand those things, but the description of what is happening is still there, and you as a reader are able to piece that together. And I don't know, the family ties, the way that I guess like this poison sort of infiltrates their family, and you can see how each character is affected by the things that happen, and how, you know, how their subsequent thoughts lead to what happens. I believe in this book, like I believe that each character took that journey, and I believe that I know how they got there. I believe that it's perfectly rational, it's perfectly, I'm not saying normal, it's not normal, but I believe that this is how a human being could have come to those thoughts and succumbed to the things that were told, and just how the family could have broken down. And to me, that's incredibly special. I'm astounded by this book. I'm astounded in this book. One of the things I like in this book that they've done is the fact that a lot of what is believed in this book is from pre-Christianity days, and it's said explicitly in this book, and I like that. A lot of what the Nigerian people in this book sort of believe is a blend of Christianity and the old sort of folklores or tales that have existed before Christianity was brought to Nigeria. It's a beautiful book that, you know, encapsulates grief, death, sibling rivalry, but not really even sibling rivalry. I need to find a better term for it, because this isn't sibling rivalry. It encompasses mental health, and how that, I thought the use of mental health, mental illness, psychiatric hospitals was well done in this book. It wasn't stigmatized. It was, you know, it wasn't a study or a look into psychiatric hospitals, so I understand why it didn't go any deeper, but it was nicely done. I will say one thing for the mum. This is to do with 4 brothers, but there are actually 2 other siblings in this family, so go her for having, what, 5 boys and 1 girl? Yeah. But this story talks about the 4 boys, and of course the mum and the dad. And the 2 other characters, 2 other siblings are featured, but not heavily. They're sort of background characters, and I kind of wonder why the author did that, but as you get to the end, you sort of realise, I guess, why these 2, they exist, but why he's created them as well. But what a wonderfully narrated book. What a wonderful book that shows the breakdown of a family through, I don't know, the cultural, I want to say the cultural roots that they have. I don't even know if that makes sense, but through a circumstance that I feel could only, not ever happen in Nigeria, could probably only happen in a society that believes in these things and make it come to life. I've completely forgot what I was saying, so I can't really remember, but what a wonderful book. What a wonderful book about family ties and family bonds. Anyway, that is it for my first sort of August in Africa book. I'm going to sort of look at my bookshelf and see what other book that I can pick up, but I am just like, how did I wait so long before reading this? It's a freaking masterpiece. Like, truly felt the ties between this family, the breakdown, the grief, the changes in them, and just thought, wow. And that's why it's just sort of sitting here like in my heart, and I just feel so sad. I feel so sad for every single character in this book and what they've had to go through. And I think what I'm mostly sad about is the sort of continued pain that each of these characters are now going to go through in life, you know, their fictional life. But you can see how something like this has now sort of just got its claws on this family, and such horrific acts are committed, but they're committed because of the initial prophecy, and it's a shame, because who knows if that prophecy was actually true until it was. Anyway, that is me done talking about this book. I hope this was recorded, because I can't see the timings on this and it's driving me mad. But anyway, I'm going to pick another book, which I will probably start tomorrow, but for now, honestly, I'm zonked. I'm going to have a shower and then I'm going to go to bed. But yeah, Thank you for watching. Hey everyone, welcome to day 4, I think, of my reading vlog. I don't think I actually have a book that fits the August in Africa requirements, so I'm actually going to currently read the 3rd novella in the Binti trilogy because it's set in an African sci-fi world, I think, maybe something like that. The author herself was born in America. She's Nigerian American. And yeah, I really thought I had more books that actually fit in with the theme, but they don't. But I'm just going to make this a general reading vlog in that case, and then see if there's another book that I can find. But yeah, I'm going to read the novella for a bit, and then, I don't know, relax for the rest of the evening. Hello everyone! Today is Friday and I wanted to come in and talk about, I guess, what I've been doing today. What I've been doing today in relation to books. So I decided that I really wanted to continue with the August in Africa read-a-thon, but obviously I want to not buy more books because I already have a ton of books that, you know, I need to get through, and payday is near, so therefore I am broke. And I want to be reading within what I already have. So actually I remembered that I have the Scribd app that I pay for, and whilst I don't like to read books on my phone, I use it for its audiobook facilities. And so I was trying to look for books that were obviously by African authors, really struggling. And then I ended up stumbling across this blog. Might be like, I don't think it's Africa Writes, maybe it is. I will link it down below because what a fantastic resource. It's a blog. She does reviews about books from African authors, but it's also the diaspora, all sorts. And I've just found a whole bunch of books through there. But so what I was trying to do from that was obviously find them on my Scribd app. Couldn't find a lot of them. I then ended up coming across a blog post that she's done that's on Ghanaian authors. A lot of the books that I have to read are all from Nigerian authors. And whilst there's nothing wrong with that, one, it would be good to read more from other African writers, but also lovely to read from Ghanaian writers. So I ended up coming across a short story collection, which is, as they say, it's the best of Ghanaian flash fiction. Now, I could be completely wrong on the definition of what flash fiction is, but my understanding of it, at least from this, what they've categorised it as, is stories that are told in 1,000 words or less. Is that right? Can that be right? I don't know. It could be right, I don't know. But this collection is called Kenke for Ewes. See if I can hold up my phone so you can see the image. I will also just put it up on the screen so I don't know why I'm doing that. And it is a collection, of course, of short stories that, and the themes are very varied. I've only listened to 3 stories so far. This audiobook is about 2 hours long, I think. I don't know how to find out how long it is. And it's all read by different people. It's read by, all the stories are read by different people. The first story has been my favourite so far because it was just so nice and touching. It was basically about this lady cooking with her mother, except towards the end that you realise that her mother is dead, so really she's cooking with the ghost of her mother. And I just thought that was really nice. It took you by surprise. So I think the themes in this are quite varied. It seems to be, there's some mythology in here. There's obviously things dealing with grief. I think one of the second stories also deals with grief. It is on the topic of what does like 60-minute silence do for the dead. So I'm going to listen to more of it. And then obviously I'll be able to share more of what it's actually about. But I guess what I can do is share the about. If I can find it. I find Scribd really hard to use, I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't find it's very intuitive. Here we go. So, Kenke for Ewes is based around themes of modern African identity, love and respect for the dead, cruelty and greed, and the enigmatic influence of fate and fortune. From worlds inhabited by ghosts and talking to big men, forlorn immigrants and greedy fetish priests, to the perennial humorous quest for Mr. Almost Perfect, Kenke for Ewes But anyways, invites you to explore extraordinary moments in a wide spectrum of situations and settings in contemporary Ghanaian life. So that's what it's about. I'm really glad I managed to find this. It did take a lot of digging. I was looking for ages, but I really wanted to commit to the readathon, because, you know, set yourself a challenge and do it, but also because obviously the stuff is out there. Again, I just need to look for it. So I'm really glad I was able to find that on Scribd. I found tons and tons of books that I'm going to be purchasing, but obviously there are so many books that I need to read first. But yes, so this is my Friday evening. I'm actually going to go and finish off the rest of Binti. I'm reading the final book in the Binti trilogy. I'm going to finish off reading that. That's not really part of this August in Africa readathon, but so far I'm enjoying it a lot more. I don't know how to speak. What I say doesn't make sense, but anyway, so far I'm enjoying it more than I've enjoyed the previous two. However, I'm very much over the series. I just wanted to finish the book so that I could know what happens overall to her, but it's safe to say for me I would not be picking up a Nnedi Okorafor book because what she writes about does not interest me. I just don't get any of the stories that she writes about. Like, I get them, I'm just not interested in them, I don't like them. But yeah, I'm going to finish off reading that and then hopefully have some dinner. Hey everyone, so I'm just checking in to end this vlog. Today is Sunday the 25th maybe of August, I'm not too sure. Yes, it's the 25th, tomorrow will be the 26th. And I'm going to continue doing a reading vlog, but for the other 4-5 days of August, I'm not too sure. Because although I didn't finish listening to the audiobook that I was talking about, there's loads of short stories in there. I don't think I did any reading. I definitely didn't do any reading today. I'm not sure if I did any reading yesterday. I really can't remember. But I am going to read Purple Hibiscus because I remembered that this counts as one of my reads for the August in Africa readathon. So I'm going to start this tomorrow, and yeah, I will share my thoughts whilst I'm doing that reading vlog. So yeah, this is the end of the reading vlog for this week. So yeah, it's Sunday, chill time, and yeah, actually I'm just going to go to bed. So thank you very much for watching. If you have if you have read The Fisherman, I'd be really intrigued to hear your thoughts about it. I really enjoyed it, and also if perhaps anyone has listened to Kenkei for Eres, also be intrigued to see how you found it, just because the majority of the stories that I've been listening to aren't in any way like specific to Ghana. There is obviously the talks of food and stuff like that, but I feel like a couple of stories that I've listened to, they could be from anywhere, so I'd be intrigued to see if that's what the rest of it is like. But I will also listen to it this week as well as read Purple Hibiscus. So yeah, that's me. I will catch you in another video. Bye.